everyone, we're down at the Lake Precinct, and more specifically down near Carlton Street, which is where we've got a couple of trial lights right now as part of our Lake Lighting Project. With me today is Amy Boyd, and Amy is the Program Director of Strategy and Implementation, which basically means Amy does all of our major projects, and Amy's leading this particular project. Yep. So Amy, g'day, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I guess the reason why we're down here really is because we're getting a few questions come in through the My Say part of our council website, and it's probably a good chance for us to answer some of those questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, I guess the first one that comes through a lot really is what is the impact of these lights going to have on the things like wildlife and other environmental concerns with spillover light?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and something that the project team has been working on over the last 12 months to make sure that the lighting design that we eventually choose respects not only the heritage precinct that we're in, protects the beautiful trees in this environment, but also protects the wildlife and doesn't have a huge impact on any insect life as well in the precinct. So the lighting design that's been chosen respects all of those. We've had consultant reports to confirm that this lighting design is the most appropriate, and importantly, it meets all of the relevant Australian standards.
So you won't be keeping the swans up all night, that's good to see.
Absolutely not. We plan to turn the lights off at about 10 p.m. and turn them back on at 5 a.m. or when the most appropriate lighting conditions throughout the year.
Yeah, okay, so that was a key question that keeps coming through as well too, is what times the lights go on and off. Yep. So I imagine it'll be on a bit earlier in winter perhaps and on a bit later in the night when it's the summertime?
Absolutely. We want people to be able to maximise the use of this great environment. We know we have a lot of people running, walking and coming here for recreation purposes. So we want to be able to maximise that time and therefore adjust according to the weather conditions and the light.
Yeah. And look, fair enough question that keeps coming through too is about the budget. So couldn't the money be spent on something else? Why this project?
Sure. So this project started way back in 2017 with the Lake Wendouree Master Plan. A lot of people will remember that the beach was a popular topic back then, but so was the lighting. In fact, it was the #1 priority ranked out of that master plan. And from that, the state government have, at the last state election, committed $2.5 million to deliver this project. This isn't council money. This is a state project that we are a delivery partner in and are assisting in the delivery of it. So no, we don't have the flexibility to allocate it to another project. It is specifically designed to meet the objectives of the lake lighting and the link to Vic Park, and that's what we'll spend the money on.
Okay, so basically a state project being delivered by council.
That's
yeah.
right.
Cool. And the style of lights behind us as well. I reckon this is potentially an area which could be a little bit contentious. So why not some sort of old heritage style light or solar powered lights? We've seen quite a few different suggestions come through. So how did we end up with this style here?
Sure. Again, it's about finding the right type of light to meet the conditions of the lake. There's a lot of tree coverage around certain sections of the lake, which meant solar was just not a practical or feasible option. It was also a lot more costly because the solar lighting requires a lot more maintenance and renewal over the period of time. The bollard lighting is too low and there's not an effective light spill. So it was pole lighting was chosen as the best option. They are a little higher. They're at 5.5 at its maximum height. That was so that we could reduce the number of lights around the lake. Understandably, the closer they are, the more of them that you need. So we've managed to reduce that number to 224 at around a 28 metre separation. So the light fitting itself, yes, it's not a heritage fitting. It meets the required standards, but importantly, Heritage Victoria and the heritage overlays that sit here, they don't want mock heritage, they want the heritage that we have here to shine, and these lights will really recess into the landscape.
So can we do anything though just to lessen the impact a bit, maybe change the colour of the base as well?
Absolutely, and that's what a trial was all about, is we chose silver as the project group. It's gone in and we recognise that it's not the right colour, and our preference would be going forward that we recommend that they go to the green, the traditional heritage green that we're so familiar with. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, we would change that colour.
Right, it's good to see we're trying to lessen the impact, that's great. And look, just finally, what stage is the project at and where do we go from here?
So the project team are almost ready to lodge a planning permit application. So what that will mean for the community is that the planners will now assess the application and it will go on to advertising for a 14-day notice period. Again, that will be an opportunity for the community to let us know what they think, both positive and negative. We would also love to hear from people that are happy with the lights. We'd love to hear from everyone. From that, the process will be the planners will make a decision based on the planning scheme provisions, and they'll determine whether a permit should be issued for approval or whether it should be refused. There's always third-party appeal rights as well, so there is the option to go to VCAT as well. So we're in for a little bit longer, but we hope as soon as we know where we're heading, we can get on to delivery.
Fantastic. All right. Well, look, I guess there is that formal planning process to go through. So I encourage people to have their say, because that's what we do when we're going through proper planning application stages. There's also the chance to still keep on giving comments through the Ballarat Council website. But look, ultimately, hopefully we get to a stage soon, Amy, where we can see these lights functioning in a way that works for most people.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Fantastic.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks very much. That was Amy Boyd joining us down at the lake, talking about the Lake Lighting Project.